It's drafting week. This is a big one. Okay, so to start off with, you have collected so you picked the accounts. I needed to start back further, sorry. So you picked the accounts and you submitted your first draft of the research question. Everybody got individual feedback. And then so many of you used your Thursday check-ins to double check your revised question. Fantastic. That was a brilliant use of the Thursday check-in, because then you got feedback from me again a second time. So you really knew, am I on the right track with what I'm doing? So now you've collected your data, and what I'm looking for and what I looked for in grading the data collection was, did you align the data with pieces that will answer your research question? So for some of you, the date and time that the post was created and posted, the date and time that it was posted, which we can observe on some social medias, matters. For others of you, it doesn't. For some of you, the number of likes matter. For others, it doesn't. So you really want to, most of you, the likes matter. I was looking for last week, are the data pieces that you included answering your research question? Now we're going to start drafting the entire project. So go back to the content analysis project, the full sheet. It includes all of the subheadings that I'm expecting to see. Start off by building either a document or a PowerPoint or a Keynote if you're a Mac user, or a Pages if you're a Mac user, with the headings, the subheadings that you're going to use, so that you have the full scope of the project drafted out, and then add the data where you need to, and then start the analysis. Okay, and then there's a couple notes that I want to make. Do not do the entire thing as nothing but paragraphs. Yes, this is an essay, but it needs subheadings, it needs multimodal elements, it needs data graphing elements. Do not do the whole thing as a bullet list. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. It's hard to read, it's hard to navigate through, it's hard to understand what you're trying to say. The entire project should not be bullet lists. You can use combinations of paragraphs and bullet lists. Great choice, highly recommend. Not all paragraphs, not all bullet lists. You also want to make sure that you do something with the data. The data should not just be plopped in the middle of the project and it's page after page after page of data, or slide after slide after slide of data. You need to explain. When you provide your results, you'll have a method section and a result section. The method needs to be step by step. How did you collect the data? The result section needs to explain what we're looking at, not just data. Definitely not just raw data. It needs to be graphed. It needs to be made into a form that will communicate the answer to your research question. We started with the research question for a reason. Now you need to come back to it. How is your data answering that research question? How do you provide it in a way? And then how do you discuss it in a way? And then the section after the results and analysis, what are your findings? What are the trends? What are the patterns that you're noticing? How does the data show that? And so you'll show bits and pieces of it again, or you'll show bits and pieces of it in a different format, graphed differently, so it can show, here are the trends and patterns that you identified. Okay, so it's drafting week. Start drafting the content analysis project. We're going to add additional pieces starting next week, so really get as much of the draft of the project done this week as you can. Don't start by writing the introduction. You don't know where you're going to start yet. You don't know what your content strategy findings are. Start with the pieces that you have and that you know, and that is your research question, your method, your data results, and the start of your analysis. So draft the second half of the project first, and then fill in the rest of the pieces as we go along for the next couple weeks. If you have questions, reach out to me. Otherwise, I'll see you online.